And now observe sir here. Constructor chaining. Constructor chaining is nothing but calling one constructor. Constructor chaining is nothing but calling one constructor inside another constructor. Okay na, calling one constructor inside another constructor is called constructor chaining. Okay na, is called constructor chaining. Tell me sir, what is a constructor chaining? Calling one constructor inside the another constructor is nothing but constructor chaining. Now observe sir here. In that constructor chaining, constructor overloading is mandatory. Okay na, constructor chaining, constructor overloading is mandatory. What is a constructor overloading? Constructor overloading is nothing but developing multiple constructors inside a class with the same name but different parameters is nothing but constructor overloading. To achieve the constructor chaining, here we have to use two statements. Okay na, constructor chaining can be achieved by two statements. Here I'll write constructor chaining. Constructor chaining can be achieved by here the two things are. The first one is this statement. Okay na, this not a keyword sir. This statement, and after that super statement. This statement and super statement. This is not a keyword. Super is not a keyword here. Here this is also statement and super also statement. Okay na, this statement and super statement. Okay na, and now observe sir here. This statement should be the first here. First we'll go with this statement. This statement. Now here observe very clearly. Here in that this statement should be first statement. This statement should be first statement inside the constructor. This statement should be first statement inside the constructor. First statement inside the constructor. Okay na, I'll execute and I'll show you, then you can understand very clearly. Okay na, next after that, now observe sir here, parameterized this statement helps to call parameterized constructor. For example, if non-parameterized, this is used to helps to call the non-parameterized constructor. I'll execute and I'll show you sir. Observe very clearly. For example, when we will use this statement, when we will use super statement, that also we can understand. First we will go with this statement. Okay now, for example here I am creating one class. My class name is chaining or constructor chaining. Okay now, just I have created one class. Okay now, I have created one class. For example, here I want to create a constructor. Tell me how to create a constructor. Constructor name should be same as a class name. A constructor name parenthesis. Okay na? Now tell me sir, this is a constructor or not? Here I am writing system.out.println. Here I am writing this is non-parameterized constructor. Okay na? Otherwise here I will pass one parameter int a. Now tell me, here I will write this is int type constructor. Okay now, here I have created one constructor. Next after that, here I will create another one constructor. Constructor overloading is a mandatory. Overloading is mandatory is nothing but here we have to create multiple constructor, but here we have to pass different parameters. Tell me, here I will create another one constructor. Here we have to pass same parameters or different parameters. Different parameters. So here I will go with the string a. Okay now. Now here I am writing system.out.println string type constructor. Okay now, string type constructor. Now after that, execution starts from where sir? Main method. So here I am creating one main method. Now tell me when we can call that constructor. At the time of creating an object, we can call the constructor. Okay, at the time of creating an object, we can call the constructor. Tell me how we can create an object. Class name, reference variable C is equal to new class name. So like that, here I have created one object. Now observe sir, here this is a constructor. This is the constructor. Here we have to call that constructor. Tell me which constructor I want to call here. Int a. Now here I want to call that int a means here we have to pass the values. Int a value. Tell me int a value. Some 10. Okay now. And now tell me sir, here I have called that int type constructor. Now if I'll execute, what is my output here? Int type constructor. Here we will get a int type constructor. Observe sir here. I'll go with right click, run as Java application, done. And now observe sir output here, int type constructor. Got it? For example here, now I want to call this constructor also. Then what I want to do? Here I'll create another one object. Then I want to call. That also I'll show you. For example, conchain C1 is equal to new conchain of. Here we have to pass string name. Here I'll go with Java. Okay, now we'll get output of this one also, second constructor also. Now observe sir here. Got it? But here constructor chaining is nothing but observe sir here, constructor chaining is nothing but calling one constructor inside the another constructor. Okay, now calling one constructor inside the another constructor. I mean here, observe very clearly. Here the two constructors is present in the same class. Okay, the two constructors is present in the same class. Then here we can use this statement, sir. Okay, then here we can use this statement. And now observe very clearly. Here I'll create object for one constructor like a int a constructor. Conchain C1 C is equal to new conchain of. Here I'll go with integer type now. So here I'll go with 10. Now we'll get output of int type constructor. Now here I want to call this constructor also, second constructor. Both constructors are present in one class now. Then can I use which statement? This are super this statement. This statement also we have to write the first statement inside the constructor. So here I am writing first statement. Okay now this of. Okay now here parameter is there, string. Okay now string. Here we have to pass the value, string value. Whatever the name you want, you can pass. Here I am passing Java. That's it. Okay now. Now here I created only one object, sir. That object for which constructor? Int type constructor. The inside that constructor only I am calling another constructor. Here we are calling one constructor inside another constructor or not, sir? Say yes or no. Calling one constructor inside another constructor is nothing but constructor chaining. In that constructor chaining we can achieve two ways. So what are the two ways? This and the super. The first one is this. Now observe here, this statement should be the first statement inside the constructor. We will go with second one. What is the second one, sir? Super statement. Okay, na super statement. Now observe sir here, super statement. Here calling one constructor inside another constructor. Calling one constructor inside another constructor of same class or different class? Different class. Then we will use different class. Then we will use which statements are here? Super statement. Okay, na super statement. Next after that, for example, this is here we are using non-parameterized super statement. This non-parameterized super statement will call parameterized constructor or non-parameterized constructor. Here I am using non-parameterized super statement. That non-parameterized super statement will call parameterized constructor or non-parameterized constructor. Non-parameterized constructor only. For example, here I am using parameterized super statement. Then it will call parameterized constructor, non-parameterized constructor. parameterized constructor. Here I'll write, observe sir here. Here also super statement will be the first statement. Super statement will be the first statement, and inside the constructor only we have to use one this statement or one super statement only. Here we can't use multiple this or super statement. Okay now, and now observe sir here, call to super statement. Call to super statement should be first statement. Call to super statement should be first statement inside the constructor. Okay now, inside the constructor. Next here I am writing that point like a parameterized super statement. Parameterized super statement helps to call which constructors are parameterized super statement helps to call parameterized constructor. Okay now, for example, non-parameterized super statement, tell me. Non-parameterized super statement helps to call non-parameterized constructor. Okay, non-parameterized constructor. Here also I'll execute one program and I'll show you. For example, here I'll create one class. Right click, new. For example, here I'll go with my class name, some demo, like that, demo, or I'll go with some NewZen. Here I'll go with my class name is a NewZen 1. Okay, now my class name is NewZen 1. Here I am creating one constructor. Tell me how to create a constructor. Class name should be same as constructor name. Here I want to pass some parameters. Then here I'll go with string A. Okay now, this is my constructor. Now observe sir, here I am writing system.out.println. Here I'll go with a string type constructor. Okay now, string type constructor. Next after that, this is a one class sir. Next here I'll create another one class. Here I'll go with NewZen 2. NEWEN 2. Okay now, here I have created another one class. In this class also I want to create one constructor. NewZen 2 of here I'll pass some string A, or here I'll go with some int A. Okay now, int A. Okay now, and now observe sir here. Here I'll go with system.out.println. Here I am writing int type constructor. Okay now, here I am writing int type constructor. And now observe sir here. Here I want to access that new one class constructor. Then we want inheritance or not here? Inheritance or not? Inheritance. Then here I'll go with extends NewZen 1. Now observe sir here, execution starts from where? Main method. So here I am creating one main method. Okay now observe sir, here we have two constructors. First constructor is NewZen 1, NewZen 2. Okay now here I want to create object for, otherwise I'll remove this one. Okay, I'll remove this one, no problem. Now observe sir here. Now I want to call this constructor. So tell me, I want to create an object or not sir? I want to create an object. Tell me how to create object. NewZen 2. NewZen 2. N is equal to NewZen 2. Here we want to call this constructor. So means here integer is there. So here we want to provide value. So here I'll go with the 10. Okay, now I have provided some value. Tell me what is my output now here? Int type constructor. Now observe sir, here we have to use extends keyword. Extends NewZen 1. Okay now. Next after that here I want to call that parent class constructor. Okay now. So here two constructors is there. One constructor is in NewZen 1 class, another one constructor in NewZen 2 class. So here I want to call immediate parent class constructor. Okay now. So same class means you can use this statement. Here different class. So here we have to use super statement. A super of, in that parent class here we have one string. So here we have to pass name. Okay now, string means string data type. Here I'll go with some Java like that. And now observe sir, tell me what is my output here. First here we are calling NewZen type constructor. Okay now, inside that constructor here we are calling another one constructor. That constructor is present in that this class. Here first we will get string type constructor. After that here we will get a int type constructor. Tell me now what is my output here? String type constructor and int type constructor. Right click, run as Java application. Done. And now observe sir here string type constructor and int type constructor. Okay na? And now observe sir here first of all what is a constructor chaining? Calling one constructor inside another constructor is nothing but constructor chaining. Okay now how we can achieve the constructor chaining? By using this statement and super statement. When we will use this statement? The constructors is present in the same class, then we can use this statement. The constructors is in a different class, then we will use super statement. Parameterized this statement is helps to call the parameterized constructor. Parameterized super statement helps to call the parameterized constructor. Okay now inside the constructor you have to use only one this statement or one super statement. That also first line. Okay na, first statement inside the constructor.